Okay, hi, good morning, everyone. I'm again your teacher for today, Teacher Shelly, for our 63rd week, day 1 of our Maritime English lesson. So, welcome to our lesson for today. And this is all about the maritime vocabulary, no? So for this lesson I divided it into two. Okay, the part one is all about the basic shipboard vocabulary, no? And then yes, the lesson content for today will be all about the introduction of maritime vocabulary. Okay? And the basic structure, vocabulary, the ship crew vocabulary, the navigation vocabulary, safety vocabulary, and of course, the last part is our question and answer. So just to check for a bit about what you have learned and what you have um, absorb from our lesson for today. So, in a while, we'll start with our lesson. Okay. The introduction to maritime vocabulary. Okay. Now, this maritime vocabulary help, okay, or helps describe the ship, okay, the parts, the operations, and the navigation. Okay, and then these maritime terms make the communication clearer at sea. All right? So this is very important to all the seafarers on board. And this maritime vocabulary refers to shall we say, a special words, all right, used in maritime industry. Because these terms, they are basically used by all the seafarers working on ships. And they are very important for your daily shipboard activities. So, by merely studying the maritime vocabulary words or terms or these, shall we say, special words that you used on board, these words are all essential. They are all important for your daily shipboard activities. Okay. Number one, why do we need to study? Or what is the importance of maritime vocabulary words? Number one is to correct maritime terms, of course, to prevent confusion because sometimes or most of the time there are two different nationalities on board. So when we say two nationalities, meaning both have different languages that they commonly use. Like for example, for the Chinese crew, they have their own language, right? So, what if another nationality is on board, like Koreans? Okay, so basically, you also have your own language that you are used to. Okay, so in order for the seafarers or all the seafarers to correct maritime terms, okay, basically is to prevent confusion. Okay? And then another, you have to have a clear communication because that is important for your safety. And of course, for number three, why do we need why maritime vocabulary words are important? Because it helps the crew members understand the instructions. Yes, it helps all of the crew members Okay? Especially if there are two different nationalities on board. And another is the proper terms to support the teamwork on board. Okay? Proper support. Okay? And also the last reason why we need to study maritime vocabulary is all because it also helps during navigation and operations. Okay? So all of these reasons why maritime vocabulary words are important is all because of these reasons. Okay? Now, um, also, maritime communication or when we communicate with each other, ships often have crews from different countries, right? So as I mentioned, and as an example of a Chinese between the Koreans or the Filipinos between the Australians, no? So there are different languages that we use. Okay? So maritime communication is essential, and these or you crew members may speak different languages, right? I have my own language that I'm used to, and the others also has. So, a maritime or a standard maritime vocabulary words or word helps everyone understand with each other. So that's the importance. If we have this um, if we have this standard maritime vocabulary words that will help each and everyone which have different nationalities. Okay? Now as we go on, also in maritime communication, it ensures that there is a clear instructions and messages that are fully understood by each group which have different nationalities. Okay? And through this maritime communication, it now improves cooperation among crew members. All right? So, we have what we call international standards. Okay? We have international standards. This international standard maritime words or terms uses, as by the name itself, standard communication system. Okay? So, one example to that is, I don't know if you still remember about SMCP, which means the Standard Marine Communication Phrases. That is one example of our international standards terms. Okay? Now, these SMCP words or phrases are used worldwide, all over the world. Okay? Through this international standard maritime words, uh, it helps or they help ships communicate with coastal stations. Okay? Because this standard language improves safety and clarity of each and everyone on board. Okay? Always remember that. Always use the SMCP or the Standard Marine Communication Phrases. especially during emergency cases. Okay, we have to follow that. Okay, so for the shipboard communication, okay, crew members or you all communicate regularly during work, right? During turnover of duties, talking or communicating with other crew members on board, whether if you're working, whether if you are just having fun with each other, you communicate regularly during work or during your free time. Okay? Now, during turnover time, they give orders and instructions. Who are this they? Your senior officers or the crew member that um uh you have turned over the duties, okay? And also shipboard communication is also used in reporting hazards or problems on the ship, right? And also in describing equipment and locations. You do that, okay? And so sometimes in conducting meetings, okay? Before and after the drill, okay? So a clear communication keeps the operations organized. Okay? So, all of this communication way using SMCPs are all important, right? So, shall we say, what are the roles of vocabulary in during safety? Okay, that's very important. Basically, these vocabulary words, especially used during safety procedures or emergency procedures, okay, it correct words, okay, to help avoid confusion, okay? And then also unclear instructions basically can cause accidents. Okay? That is why vocabulary words in safety is important. The instructions, a clear instructions. Another role of this vocabulary words in safety, the miscommunication may affect ship operations. Yes, it's correct. Could you just imagine if you inform the other line, okay? Uh, you were able to miscommunicate. What if it's in emergency cases? Or let's not go far in safety of the crew. It will basically affect ship operations. Okay? Now, the safety depends on a clear and correct messages. So just make sure that you have a clear communication with each other. Okay? Also, these vocabulary words in safety supports safe working conditions. Okay? So, um, it's very essential for each and everyone to know the safety vocabulary words. Okay? Now, learning maritime terms. Okay. Seafarers now a days or even before, learn maritime terms during training, right? Before you go on board, and then after your vacation, normally there are trainings. Okay? Some of it are already discussed during your training. Okay? And learning through your experience on ships is an additional learnings. Okay? Another, if you or uh if the crew have a regular practice, no, uh on board, so from the training to your experience to your regular practice on board during the drill operations, seafarers now has a continuous learning of maritime terms wherein, as I said, it's an important learnings. Okay? So, could you just imagine if you were able to learn everything from your training, from your experience on board, from your regular practice, from your actual drills. So that four steps is a big contribution to your continuous learning as a seafarer, right? So, using a professional communication way, no, it reflects knowledge of maritime operations. Okay? The professional language used supports effective teamwork. Okay? If you were able to correct the terminologies that uh, uh, through this, it shows already professionalism. Okay? Another, if there's a proper communication, no, it builds trust among crew members, right? So, using a professional communication helps maintain, of course, discipline on board, no? So, it gives or it reflects someone's knowledge, no, of or during maritime operations. Okay? So that's all about maritime vocabulary. Now, with the basic ship structure vocabulary, okay, basic ship structure. This is all about here the parts or the different structures of the ship. Okay, we have here the stern. Okay, we have the bridge, this one. This is the deck. Okay, and this is the mast. Okay, and if you are facing the ship, on your right side is the starboard side, and on your left, the port side. And another term, the hull. This one is the hull, the body. And this one, the bow, the front part. Okay. This ship structure vocabulary refers to parts of the ship. Now, these terms describe ship locations and sections. Okay? Now, they now help the crew members understand directions, right? And, of course, these structure vocabulary words is used daily in shipboard communication. Okay? And the importance of this is, of course, for the safety and efficient operations. I will discuss the basic ship structure one by one. Let's go to the bow, the front part of the ship. Bow or bow. Okay? Now, this bow or both bow, it moves forward through the water. Okay? Now, this is designed to cut the waves smoothly. Alright? To help the ship moves efficiently. And this is very important in navigation and direction. Okay? Did you understand why bow or bow is located here? Okay. Another part of shipboard vocabulary. We have the stern. Stern. Stern is the back part, okay, of the ship. This is not, of course, located opposite. The other side of the bow is the stern. Now, here, it may contain steering equipment at the back, often where the propeller is located. And this propeller, this stern, okay, or the propeller is important for controlling the vessel. Okay? Stern, the back part, opposite of bow, okay, or bow thrust. Another, port side. Shipboard vocabulary. Port side. If you are facing the vessel, on your left is called the port side. You have to determine when facing the bow or bow. Now, it never changes regardless of the direction. Never, it's always on the left. And this one is marked with red light at night, because this is very important during navigation and communication procedures. Alright? Port side. Starboard side. On your right, when facing the bow, is the starboard side, opposite of the port side. At night, this is green light. Okay? This is important for giving directions on board. Okay. Another, deck. Deck is the floor of the ship. The flat surface or the flat horizontal. Okay, this is horizontal. That is the flat horizontal surface or the floor of the ship. Now, some have multiple decks. Okay? Now, of course, the floor is used for walking and working. The deck. And also, it holds equipment, and cargo. This is where we placed our equipment and cargo, the floor or the deck of the ship. Another shipboard vocabulary term, the bridge. All right, the bridge. This one. This is the control center of the ship. Officers do navigate here. Okay? It contains navigation equipment. This is where the commands are given. Okay? And this is, of course, important for safe ship operation. Control center, the bridge. Alright. Let's go to the body or the hull, the main body of the ship. Of course, it keeps the ship floating on water because it supports the entire structure of the vessel of the ship or the ship. And of course, it protects the cargo and the machineries. Okay? And basically, the hull is designed for strength and stability. Because if there's something wrong with the hull, there's a big possibility that you will have accident. Okay? Next, we have the mast. Mast is this one. The tall, I'm sorry, the tall vertical structure. Now, some use this one for the lights, antennas, okay, and for the flag, okay. It holds communication equipment basically, no, the antenna, the radars, okay. And this one helps in navigation and signaling, the mast. Without this, it's difficult if you don't have a mast. That's why most of the ships have this. Okay? Mast. Alright. For the ship crew vocabulary, okay. Ship crew vocabulary refers to crew positions on board. Alright? Each crew has a role or has a specific role or have a specific duties and responsibilities. Okay? Now, ship crew vocabulary helps identify who does, okay, what on the ship. Who does this one? Who instructed this one? Okay? So, it helps identify. Now, ship crew vocabulary is important for communication and teamwork. So, this one is used in your daily ship operations. So as we go on, we will identify the different crew positions on board. Yes, the captain or the master. Basically, the master or the captain is the highest authority on the ship. Okay? Highest. It's also called master. Master is responsible for the overall ship operations. He makes the final decisions on board. And it ensures the safety of the crew, the cargo, and of course, the vessel. Always remember that. It's the captain or the master, the highest authority on the ship, the overall command person. He makes the final decisions on board for the safety of the crew, for the safety of the cargo, and for the safety of the vessel. Second in line is the chief officer. Chief officer. He now assists the captain in duties. He supervises deck operations and he's in charge of cargo handling, the trim and stability. Okay? And he ensures the safety procedures are followed properly. The chief officer, the second in command. All right. We have next the second officer. He handles navigation planning. Okay? Now, he prepares the charts and routes. He updates the charts regularly. And, of course, he assists during watch duties to make sure there's a safe voyage planning. Okay? So, that's the role of the second officer. He prepares the charts and the routes, handles navigation planning. Okay? And he assists watch duties. Okay. Third officer, the junior officer on board. He now supports navigation tasks. Remember, if you have fire extinguishers, the lifeboats, and all other safety equipments, he is responsible in maintaining those safety equipments. Also, he assists during ship watch. Now, checks also the emergency equipment. Okay? And it helps safety on board. Okay? Now, third officer, the junior, okay, officer on board. Okay? The deck crew. It comprises of the bosun or the boatswain, the able seafarer, the ordinary seafarer, okay? The three is in charge in watchkeeping, in maintenance, okay, in mooring, and they help in emergencies or emergency procedures. The deck crew. Okay. Now, let's go to the engine department. Engine, the highest, is the chief engineer. He leads the engine department. Of course, basically, he is responsible for the ship machineries, no? He oversees engine operations. Okay? He makes sure that equipment works properly. And then also, he maintains the engine safety and performance. So, whenever there's something wrong with the equipment or in the engine department, the chief engineer is the one responsible to that. All the ship machineries and engine equipments. Okay? But, okay, let me clarify. Chief engineer is the leader in the engine department. But, still, the overall command is the captain or the master. Alright? Although the chief engineer is the highest ranking position in the engine department, but remember that he is not the overall command. It's still the master or the captain who makes the final decision. Though he is the highest rank in the engine department, still the master, the captain, has the overall command. Alright. Engine crew. We have engineers. Okay. Here, the engine crew work basically in the engine room. Yan. They maintain, they repair the machinery, they monitor the performance of the equipments and the engine in order to have a smooth performance or smooth operation of the equipment, of course. And the engineers, okay, support the chief engineer. All right? Now, we have cadets. We have trainees. Cadets are student. Okay. Cadet or a trainee is a student on board the ship. Okay? They learn through their training and their experience. They assist the crew or the officers. Okay? Now, basically, they gain practical knowledge, no, of operations on board in order for them to prepare for their future officer roles, no. So that is those I mentioned are the responsibilities or the roles of a cadet or a trainee. Okay, now for the navigation vocabulary, okay, we have navigation vocabulary includes terms used for guiding the ships, no? Now, these terms help in planning and, of course, in controlling movement of the ship, right? Navigation. Now, this navigation vocabulary are used by the officers during voyages because those are important for safe travel at sea. Okay? And through this vocabulary, navigation vocabulary, it supports an accurate communication no, between the crew members. So that's why it is also important. Okay? Now, navigation is guiding a ship from one place to another. Okay? Now, it ensures safe and efficient travel because this is your guide. Okay? Now, it uses tools it uses charts. Most of the time you use systems also, the GPS and the GMDSS, no? You use that. Why? Of course, to help avoid dangers at sea. That's why navigation vocabularies are essential for every voyage. Okay? That's very important. So again, navigation is guiding a ship from one place to another. Okay? Now, number one navigation vocabulary that helps or that guides the ship in traveling from one place to another is compass. This one. Now, this compass shows the ship direction or ship's direction. Okay? This one also, compass, uses Earth's magnetic poles. Of course, it helps determine where you're heading at. If you're going to north, okay, to east, to west, to south, and how many degrees. So, compass is very important. This is used at all times during navigation. And this is basically, and this is very important tool during navigation. Compass, because this serves as your guide. Alright? Next, we have chart. Okay. Chart, this one, okay, is used for planning voyages. And this is essential, safe navigation. This is essential for safe navigation because it includes routes and locations, no? See? Okay? And it shows sometimes water, depth, and hazards. Okay? That's why chart is very important. Or shall we say, chart is a map for sea navigation. That's a simple word for that, a map for sea navigation, because this includes uh, routes, location, shallow water, no, or hazards. If there's hazards, you can see it through here. Okay? Another is the course, navigation vocabulary. Course is the direction. Okay? A ship follows. What direction you're heading at? What is the course? Okay. Now, course is planned before the voyage because it helps the vessel or the ship reach the destination safely. No, if you have this. And it can change sometimes due to weather conditions. No? And also, this is very important in navigation planning because it serves as your direction. Course is the one the ship a ship follows, no? All right. So we have here the word bearing. This bearing is the direction of an object. Okay? This is measured from the ship's position. And also, it helps locate other ships, or shall we say landmarks. Okay? The bearing, ship's position. So, here, compass is used, or sometimes the radar, okay, in locating a ship or other landmarks. So basically, this is important for positioning, the bearing, ship's location, okay? Measured from your ship's location. There to the direction of other object or locate other ships or other landmarks. And radar or compass is used. Alright? Okay. Of course, I know very well that you already heard the word latitude. When we say latitude, this is the north and the south position. North and the south position. Okay? This is measured from the equator. Okay? Now, this is also expressed in degrees. Basically, this is used together with the longitude for location in order to help identify exact position. Okay? The latitude. It shows the north and the south position. It is measured in from the equator. Let's say, for example, this is the equator. Equator to north. Equator to south. And it is measured in degrees. And not only latitude, it should be used together with longitude for location. Okay? To identify exact location. Alright. Yes, this is what I mentioned. Longitude. Longitude is from the east and the west. Okay? From the prime meridian, okay? Prime meridian should be from east to west. And it is also used or expressed in degrees, no? If you measured longitude. So, this one basically really determine your exact location, the ship's exact location. Alright? Longitude. If there's latitude, there's always be longitude measurement. Okay. When we say waypoint, okay, waypoint. Waypoint is a fixed navigation point. Okay, a fixed. Now, this one is used in route planning because it guides the ship along its path. Okay, if this is the path, okay, this is your waypoint. Now, it helps, okay, guide the ship along its path. Now, this waypoint is stored, okay, in your navigation systems to make sure, or it helps ensure to have an accurate travel waypoint. Okay? Now, another for the safety vocabulary words, we have safety, maritime safety vocabulary includes words related, of course, to ship safety. Okay? It is used during emergencies and daily operations. It helps the crew understand warnings and instructions. It is important for preventing accidents. And, of course, it supports safe working environment. So what are those? Number one is hazard. A hazard is anything that can cause harm. Okay? Anything that can cause harm. It could be physical or environmental. So, hazard must be identified as much as possible, as early as possible. And you will report hazards right away because it is very important. So again, hazard is anything that can cause harm, whether it is physical or environmental hazard. It must be identified as soon as possible, and then you have to report it right away. Okay. Another term, risk. Okay. Risk is the chance of danger happening. Okay? It comes from hazards. Okay? And then also, when you say risk, it helps prevent accidents. Okay? So, risk must be assessed before giving a task, okay, to the crew. So, a higher risk means a higher danger. So, when you say risk, a chance that there is a danger happening. Alright? You can always hear that on board. Another is the word emergency. Emergency, emergency. Okay. Emergency is a sudden dangerous situation. It requires immediate action. Example to this is fire. Another is collision. Another is there's flooding or there's grounding. So there are a lot of emergency situations on board. Injuries, okay? Or man overboard. Okay? Those are examples of emergency. So, you guys, crew members must respond quickly. And remember that proper training is important in conducting emergency rescue. Okay? Proper training. Okay. Another term, life jacket. Okay. Basically, it helps the person float, right? This one is essential life-saving equipment. And only this is used during emergencies at sea. Okay? And then you have to keep your head above the water because this life jacket helps a person float. So, it must be worn properly. Okay? Life jacket. Next, lifeboat. Okay, lifeboat. Basically, this is used for evacuation. Okay? It carries crew members during emergencies. Normally, right, this is located both the sides of the ship. And this is designed for safety and survival during abandoning the ship. Lifeboat. boat. Next, we have fire alarm. Yes, fire alarm. It warns about, of course, fire. This is a part of ship safety system. So all crew, okay, it alerts once this one is sound. If the fire alarm sound, okay? Now, this fire alarm requires immediate response in order, of course, to prevent fire. It helps prevent fire spread, no? So, it warns about fire. Okay. Let's talk about muster station. Okay. Muster station basically is an assembly area. Here, the crew gathered. Okay. The crew gathers here during emergencies. No, that this is the important evacuation or the organized evacuation center or station. Now, each crew has an assigned station and responsibilities. This is where the station or the place where head count and instructions are given. Okay? Master station. Okay, we have another term, safety drill. Okay, safety drill. Safety drills are practice exercises. Now, through this drill, they train crew for emergencies. This one, safety drills are required, no, regularly on ships. It is much better if you will perform every other month. Okay? The safety drill emergencies. Because through time it improves the crew members on how to respond properly. Okay? Example to this are fire and evacuation drills, right? Grounding drills. There's a lot, okay, of safety drills that are performed on board. Okay. So, we will now have our question and answer. Okay? So, for question number 1, okay, what is maritime vocabulary? Okay. It is a special words used in maritime industry, right? Maritime vocabularies are special words used in maritime industry. Okay. Now, why is maritime vocabulary important? Why? What do you think is the correct answer to that? Why is it important? It's because we have to avoid misunderstandings and of course to improve safety. Okay? So that's the reason why. Third, what is the front part of the ship called? Oh yeah, that's very easy. What is the front part of the ship called? It's the bow or bow. Okay. Now, which side of the ship is the left when facing forward? And it is color what? Which side of the ship is the left? It's the port side. Okay, it's the port side. That's if you're facing the ship, huh? Okay. Now, who is the highest authority on a ship? Who is the highest authority on a ship? Is it the chief officer, the chief engineer, the captain, or the cadet? Okay? Of course, it's the captain or the master, not the chief engineer. Always remember that. Not the chief engineer. It's the captain or the master. Highest authority on a ship. He decides the final decision. Okay? Overall command. What does the second officer mainly handle? Okay. What does the second officer mainly handle? Does he navigates planning in the chart? Does he cook food? Does he clean the deck? Or does he uh, do the engine repair? Of course, the navigation, planning, and the charts is the main role of the second officer. He mainly handles navigation, planning, and charts. All right. Basically, what is navigation? Okay, what is navigation? Is it all about repairing the ship? Is it all about cooking for the crew? Is it all about loading cargo? Or is it all about guiding the ship from one place to another? Navigation. Yes, it's guiding the ship from one place to another is what we call navigation. Okay. For number 8, what tool shows the ship's direction? All right. Is it the chart? Is it the lifeboat? Is it the compass or the mast? So what tool shows the ship's direction? Yes, it's the compass. We have the north, the south, the east, and the west direction. Okay, for number 9, where do crew members gather during emergencies? Where? Is it in the bridge? Is it on the deck? Is it in the master station? Or is it in the engine room? Where do crew members gather during emergencies? Yes, in the master station. Okay? And another for the last one. What is the purpose of a safety drill? Is it to relax the crew? Is it to practice emergency response? Is it to repair equipment? Or is it to navigate the ships? It's to practice emergency response. That is the main purpose of safety drill. Okay? Why we conduct safety drill. Alright? So, okay. We'll end here. Okay? And so, our lesson for today has ended. And thank you, everyone, for listening. And I'll see you all on Wednesday for our day 2 of our week 63rd. Okay? So, again, I'm your teacher for today, Teacher Shelly. So, I'll see you all on Wednesday morning. Okay, thank you. Have a good day, everyone.